Hello everybody, it's Aaron. Welcome to another episode of Feed the Beast. Let me just minimize Audacity. I'm down here in the mine shafts, and I just went on a monster mining expedition. As you can tell by my XP, I have 32, and I want to show you the importance of the miner's backpack. I actually crafted this while I was down here because I didn't have enough room for everything. So I want you to just see all this stuff, and then plus what I have in the backpack. And I didn't end up with as much copper as I would like, but I've got some at home, so that's no big deal. But as you mine, when stuff falls on the ground, the backpack automatically picks it up, and it'll only accept certain types of items. There's a forester's backpack and a builder's backpack, etc. Adventurers, and they all hold different items. I am more interested in the miner's backpack than anything because I'm down here mining. Eventually, I want to make the woven miner's backpack, which we need silk, and I think that is, yeah, we have to do some beekeeping and make a centrifuge. So I dug straight down. I just guessed based on my position on the little mini map, and typically I don't dig straight down in a one block hole, but in this situation, not really that big of a deal. I made a little shelter. I didn't bring enough cobblestone over here with me to finish it off, so I'm going to do that now. Basically, I just wanted to make sure that I could get up and down at night without anything attacking me, or at least that I'd have a safe place to wait until morning. So I'll just kind of leave that open and we'll run home. If you notice, I did find 3 diamonds, and that's all I found. So I know I said that we were going to do the peat bog thing. I'm kind of reconsidering that, thinking maybe I should make a mining turtle, and then we can kind of do that a little. And I only use them in their basic functions. Are we already here? I think we're already here. Yeah, we are. I just use the basic tunnel and excavate functions of that thing. I don't get real advanced with it because I don't really know how to use it if you write your own program. So I kind of just hollowed out a little area in here, and I filled in what needed to be filled in on the outside with stone brick. And I just kind of, set up a couple of things. And this is going to require some further sorting. I'm going to have to make the room bigger. I did find some thaumium in a chest in the mine shaft, and a bunch of other stuff. So I'm trying to kind of sort this as I go and keep all the ores together, nickelite and the like. And then unfortunately you cannot spacebar click from your backpack. And trying to keep all the ores together and trying to keep all the organic things together. And it looks like that one is about full already. I also made the pocket crafter on the fly because I didn't bring a crafting table with me. Because why would you? So let's keep half of the bread in here, and I'll go ahead and put the backpack away. And I'll tell you what I can do is I can set up the peat bog, or at least set up a few pieces of peat or bog earth so that they start growing a little bit, and then we can make the engines later, and we can mess around with the mining turtle a little bit. See, so to make bog earth, obviously it takes 4 dirt, 4 sand, and water, which you can either take from a can or I think a cell. definitely a bucket. I haven't set up the automatic crafting table yet. Actually haven't even made one. But that's okay. So first things first, let me I'm gonna need an endless pool here. And when I started recording, I was actually thinking I'll just you know, start it up real quick so everybody can be aware. If you're going to go mining, you may want to bring a backpack with you. And now it's evolved into, well, I'll just go ahead and make some bog earth real quick. And this is why I do it with the automatic crafting table and a dispenser, because it's such a pain to go back and refill your water each time. If you do it on a project table, you probably only have to refill the water bucket each time, because all the stuff stays on it. And actually, I need to make one of those. And so let me plant this bog earth somewhere, and I'll grab some reeds while we're out here. Basically, the bog earth, when the peat bog does it, it does it in a configuration like this, and then it just, you know, goes on down in a kind of a square pattern, I guess. Well, the bog earth just has to have water touching it, even diagonally. So you can set it up various ways. I just do it the same way the peat bog does it, because that's the easiest way for me. But it's really up to you. So that's it. I just made the perfect amount. You get 6 when you make it, but you can put, you know, you put 8 around. So I'm going to let that grow some peat. And while we're at this, I think I have glass and I think I have iron. So we're going to do something with the project table right now. I do actually have gold, which is outstanding. I didn't think I had any. Where did I put my glass? Here we go. And I didn't chop down any trees. I want to say the project table requires a crafting table as well as a chest, maybe a couple of cobblestone and some planks. But we'll find it. That peat is actually going to take a while to grow on that bog earth. I think the peat bog actually makes it grow, but I'm just going to leave that there for now, and we're going to focus on this. So let me make these planks, and I grabbed those reeds for a reason. Uh-oh. I right-clicked instead of left-click. Yeah, so we need 3 smooth stone, not cobble. Smooth stone, planks, a chest, etc. And I think I might still have some smooth stone. No, I turned it all. I turned it all into, what's it called? Stone bricks. So we'll just throw that there. Cook up 8 of them while we're making these other things. And I'm just going to make all of this right now since we've got plenty of reeds outside. And I'm going to probably plant a little pumpkin melon farm. Alright, perfect. Maybe you'll learn something this episode if you're new to Red Power. I love this thing, and they just added They just added the thing that I actually am really interested in showing you. So I'm just going to put my project table down. I probably should have made doors. Malkuth is always giving me a hard time about that because, you know, I'm never really in my base that long, and so I don't have doors, and mobs can just walk right in. Alright, so project table, it has a place for inventory, and it's got your little crafting grid. And what we want to make, I need to make the thing for the pulverizer. You have to make a frame for it, the machine frame. So if you're looking up a recipe and you need to know how to make it, if you're on a workbench, if you hit the question mark, it'll show it to you. Apparently that doesn't work with the project table. It works with the regular crafting table though. That's okay. We know the recipe. So we're going to put our iron, gold, and glass in the crafting grid. Well, if I want to make 4 of these, I can just keep clicking, and it takes the resources from the inventory. See? So that's very handy. If you forget something, you go get it. All your stuff is still here, whatever you left there. Well, if you have a piece of paper, actually, I think I forgot one thing. Damn it. I need some indigo. Here it is right here. Luckily it's close. I forgot that you have to, you take paper with blue dye and then it makes a plan. And that's actually what I want to show you right now. So let's turn that into dye. We'll go ahead and make 2 plans. And if you notice, it says blank plan. It's just paper and dye. Well, we have our recipe in here. If we put one of these plans, you see this little button? If we click it, it writes the plan. And it actually, if you hover, it tells you machine frame. It tells you what you need. And it tells you the name of it. So I'm going to remove all of this. So if we have our plan and we put it in here, it shows us the recipe. So we no longer have to put the ingredients in the crafting grid. If you notice the glass is red, I moved it out of here for a reason. It's telling us we have gold and we have iron, but we don't have any glass. So if we put glass in here, well, we're still 3 short. So it tells us that. So I'm just going to put the rest of it in here. And I'm going to make all of these. I'm going to make 4 because you have to make them you have to use them to make all the thermal expansion machines. And I'm not going to make them yet because we don't have a way to power them, but I thought this would be a good opportunity to show you how the plan works and how the project table works. Now, you can leave your plans in here. I mean, if it's a fairly simple recipe, I mean, you could set up a project table for each plan if you wanted to. I mean, it's up to you. Use your imagination. I haven't really figured out how I'm going to do it because there aren't a ton of things that I craft over and over again. Maybe redstone energy cells because I'll probably make a bunch of those. So anyway, I think it's a good thing I saved the glass, and I think it's a good thing that we have some smooth stone because we need to make a mining turtle. And I don't remember the recipe. I know that we need redstone and stuff. Oh, well, now it's a mining elf apparently since it's Christmas. It takes a diamond pick and a turtle. We're going to need to make another chest. And we're going to need a glass pane and some smooth stone and redstone. So I have just enough glass. That just worked out perfectly. I didn't plan that. So what was the first one? I think it was like this and like that and like that. And we got a computer. And we need a chest as well. I only recently started using these things and I love them. There's our pick. Here is our mining elf since, you know, it's the holidays. Let me put these things away. I don't probably need that anymore. I got a bunch of string. I want to make some more backpacks. Alright, so we've got our mining elf. You put it down, you right click. It's kind of like a DOS prompt. You can list, you can change the directories. It'll tell you what's in everything. Bunch of jargon if you don't know what any of this means, obviously. I am not a programmer. I learned enough to modify JavaScript to do some like web design. That's about it. So you have to fuel this turtle, and we can fuel it with charcoal, wood, you can use sticks, lava. I don't know if it'll use oil and stuff, but I mean, we'll try it at some point. So the first thing you want to do is name this thing, because then it will keep its fuel level when you break it. So you do label set, and then you give it a name. I named the last one Leo for Leonardo. Let's name this one Donatello. Label set Donatello. Now our computer has a name. So if we break it, it says the name of it. Then we put some fuel in it. If you type refuel, it takes one of the fuel. If you put it in a different slot, it'll look through all the slots until it finds it. So like if I put gravel and stuff in here, it'll go through all of them until it finds it. And you can, if you're typing a command, you can just hit the up arrow and it'll show the last command. What I want to do is I want to refuel all, and then it's going to take all the fuel. It's going to show you the fuel level is 370. I believe that has something to do with how many blocks it can mine, though I'm not exactly certain. And you can turn this thing as it's on the ground. I just pick it up. Since we labeled it, it remembers the fuel level, so that's fine with me. So how about this? I'll do this as a demonstration. You can tunnel and excavate with this thing. If you tunnel, it makes a 3 wide, 2 tall tunnel for as long as you tell it to. So if I tell it tunnel, we'll do 2 to start. It's going to tunnel 2. Including where it started. And you notice it goes and it doesn't come back. And what I need to do is figure out, I'm sure somebody already made a script, but I want to write it for myself, figure out how to make it tunnel, go over a few blocks, turn around and tunnel back. So we do tunnel, we'll do tunnel 3 this time. I want it to go a little further. It's really useful for flattening an area, like, you know, if I wanted to, you know, flatten over there, say it's just a couple blocks, you know, here and there. It's really good for that. Also, you notice it keeps working while I'm not here. As long as the chunk is loaded, it works. So I've got all the cobblestone in here. I'm going to take that out. And I actually want to do something else. Did I already use all that wood? I need a chest. That's why I'm looking for it. I turned everything into barrels. And I only have 2 of those. I was going to give you a little bonus and show you the sickle also. We can do that in a second, because I'm going to need one of those anyway. Alright, so let me make a chest, and then I'll show you how this thing excavates. And there's a reason I want a chest. You'll see it in a second. There's a sickle. It works either way. What this does is it takes out leaves, a big chunk at a time. It'll do the same thing for if you have flowers or grass. I need to fill that in so I don't fall through it, because I will. And I wonder what it does to reeds. No, it doesn't affect reeds, but that's okay. So if we want to excavate with this thing, I actually wanted to dig a mine shaft over here just so I could, you know, do like a regular branch mine so it's, you know, pretty close to home. So I'll just put it right here. So I'm going to put this guy down and I'm going to say excavate 1, and it's going to make a 1 block hole all the way down. And while he's doing that, I'm going to get some more ink sacs because we're going to need that in the future as well. And it looks like I've gone through my second day cycle, so I'm going to try to wrap this up because I don't really like to go much longer than 20 minutes. I want to say there's a way you can program them that they'll actually put the ladders on the side for you. If you notice, if the guy's tunneling and he runs out of fuel, he'll just stop. If this guy is excavating and he runs out of fuel, I don't know if you can see him, he's way down there. If he runs out of fuel, he'll actually return to wherever he started from and just wait for fuel. So if you have a world anchor and you run this guy like on excavate 20, he runs out of fuel, he'll come back every so often and he'll just wait for you until you give him more fuel. So the guy's going to come back up. Here he comes. He's going to spit out all the items that he just mined. And look at that, we got some gold. That's nice. So unfortunately there's a big hole underneath him. So I can't just break him, but I could have just left him there. What's wrong with me? I'm not thinking today. So I'm going to do excavate 2 this time. I think we probably have enough time for this. Now he's going to do a 2x2 all the way down. This guy ignores all liquids. Actually, he will destroy lava source blocks if he goes through them. At least that is what I have noticed. If you do a 1 block excavate, I believe you can just stand on top of him, or you used to be able to, and ride him all the way down and back up. Last time I tried to do that though, it hit me with a pick and I took damage. So last time when he came back, he just spit all the items out. If there's a chest here, he'll put all the items in the chest. That is outstanding because if you have an ender chest, unfortunately the ender chest only has 9 inventory slots and the turtle has 16. So I believe, I'm not positive on this, the turtle will put in the chest what it can and it will keep the rest. I think that's what I noticed happening when I was kind of messing around in SMP. Don't quote me on that. Regardless, you could put a chest like this, a redstone engine, a couple of buildcraft pipes, you could void all the cobble and send all the ores to your ender chest, which corresponds to an ender chest in your base, and then you process all the ores. So that's actually going to take him a while. So I'm going to do something else, and I'll just cut it out, and I'll come back when he's about done. It would be probably feasible also if you use him to, if I didn't want to harvest all this peat, once it all turned to peat, you know, I could set him down right in the middle and tell him 20 tunnel like 15 or however many blocks it is, and he'll just pick up all the peat. So I'll be back when this guy's almost to the top. Alright, he's coming back to the top. I'm pretty sure that he ran out of fuel. So we'll see in just a second. It just says returning to surface, and I don't know what happened. This happened to me the other day, and I think it's actually a glitch. It did find some stuff. He didn't go all the way to the bottom. I'll tell you what. Let me grab some. I'll just put a couple pieces of coal in there. See if he keeps going, because that happened to me the other day, and it doesn't happen often, but every once in a while it happens, and you can tell that, oh, not enough fuel returning to surface. So if I take this stuff out, I'm not going to take all of it out. It should take the fuel, but I don't know. I think it's a bug. He definitely didn't make it all the way to bedrock. So I'm not sure what's up with that, and there's no way for me to. I don't know if there's a way you can end the program. Control break, control escape. That brings up Windows. So I'm just going to break him. And I'm going to take my rubies and stuff, and I'll just start him on another cycle. But I'm not going to wait around for that. If you notice, he did start in this corner and go forward and to the right. So wherever you start him, whichever direction he's facing, that is going to be the bottom left corner of the direction you're looking. So I'm not gonna hang around for this, but I want to go ahead and get him started. If I can type, not very good typing today. Alright, so if he doesn't find anything, it's going to go all the way down. It's beneficial to, I'm not sure if that part wastes fuel or not. It may only waste fuel if it's actually destroying a block in this mode. So more experimentation is required. But anyway, that's how he works. If he had enough fuel, he should have come back and spit everything into the chest. And even though he ran out, he still should have come back to this point and said waiting for fuel so we could refuel him. So I'm going to leave that chest there. I'm going to let the peat mature, and then next episode, I know I said we'd do it this episode, but what are you going to do? Next episode, we will make the peat-fired engines, which I've already done, but we'll do it again. It's no big deal. In between, I'll probably set up that auto crafting table and the dispenser so I can easily make peat, because I hate doing it with one bucket. So we'll do the peat engines, we'll do the thermal expansion machines that pulverize and cook things, maybe make an induction smelter as well. I definitely don't want to cook up any more copper than I have to, because we don't have a lot of it. We have a fair amount of iron, and this is going to double. So looking forward to that. Normally I go straight for industrial craft, but since thermal expansion came along, it's much easier. Well, I guess you can argue it either way. But anyway, that's going to do it for now. Oh, perfect timing. He came back and there's one dirt in the chest, so maybe he did make it all the way to bedrock. Or maybe he ran out of fuel. That's what's supposed to happen. I'm so glad that actually happened. So apparently the guy runs on peat. I don't want him to do that. So that's how your mining turtle is supposed to work. So it may get edited out. I don't know. We'll see how I feel when I'm doing it. Anyway, that's what we're going to do next time. As always, questions, comments, suggestions, leave them down below. Thanks everybody for watching. I'll see you next time.